Hey, this is Life with Sean Renee here, back with another video. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This is part 2 of College Roommate Narcissist. Let's watch the video.
Hey guys, so sorry for the delay. Part 2, I was at work. Betty's work too. But here we go with part 2. So basically, like I said, after she gave me the sweaters and stuff, she went on another disappearing act. So one day, I was chilling in my room. I had literally just finished smoking in my room, and you're not allowed to smoke in the dorm, so I just finished smoking, and then I get a knock on the door, and so then all I hear is public safety. So at this point I get the panic because I'm like, oh my gosh, not the public safety people, I just finished getting smoking or whatever. So I go and open the door, and they're like, hey, are you so and so, the girl, are you her roommate? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, okay, well, have you seen her or have you talked to her? I'm like, no, I haven't seen her or talked to her. And honestly, at this point, it probably had been maybe 2 weeks or so, 2+ weeks. They're like, okay, well, if, you hear anything, let us know, or if she comes back, or, whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's fine. And so then, maybe the next day after that, I get a text message to my phone, and the text message was basically from her mom. So her mom had my number because I think at one point she had broke her phone, so she was using my phone to call her mom and stuff. And so her mom's like, yeah, have you seen her? We haven't seen her, we haven't talked to her. And keep in mind, she also had a little sister, and she used to talk to her little sister every day. She used to always talk about how she loves her little sister and stuff. So they used to talk every day. And so she hadn't even called to talk to the little sister in 2+ weeks. So I literally I'm like, yeah, no, sorry, I haven't talked to her, I haven't seen her, I really don't know where she is. She's like, okay, thank you. So boom, I hang up. So then I'm now at my friend's house, and so then my friends are like, yeah, you should call her mom back, you should tell her everything, tell her about the man, da 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 da. I'm like, okay. So I call her mom back, and I kind of basically give her the rundown. I tell her everything I know. I tell her the man, about how the man's weird, whatever. So boom, let's put a pin in that real quick. So prior to her going missing the first time, I remember one day we're sitting in the room, and she's like, yeah, you want to go to a party? I'm like, yeah, let's go to a party. She's like, yeah, my friend is having a party for his friend, is his birthday. And I'm like, yeah, I'm down or whatever. So then she's like, all right, I'm gonna tell him that we want to come. And so then maybe 5 minutes later after that, she's like, girl, you know what he said to me? I said, what? He was like, yeah, y'all could come, but make sure that your friend is willing to give up some cootie to his man's because it was his birthday. I'm like, what? That's so what? We all we're laughing this out because we're like, that's weird, niggas is weird, all this other kind of stuff. Take the pen out. Come to find out that the same man that told her that was the nigga that she kept disappearing with. Once again, another red flag. So I tell her mom everything. She's like, oh my gosh, thanks for telling me, whatever. So once again, probably didn't see her for still another week. One day I just got off of work. I'm about to go to my friend's house. I'm tired. I'm just ready to smoke. So I always kept my gas in the same place. Even when we were still she was still in the room, we always kept our gas in the same place. We kept it in a little pouch, and we kept it in the same place because I would buy some, she would buy some, we would both buy some together, whatever. So it was never really a bother to keep it. We both knew where it was. So I went to go grab it. It's nothing in the little pouch. So I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. But I'm like, maybe I misplaced it. Maybe I thought I put it back in the pouch, but I didn't. So I started looking all around the room for it. Looking. There is no gas nowhere around the room. So I'm like, that's weird. Then I looked back in the bag, and I also noticed, for a fact, I knew that I had a lighter in there too. Fun fact about her, she used to like to collect lighters. So anytime we would smoke with other people and stuff, she would take their lighter because she collected lighters. So I was like, my lighter's missing. That's weird. I know I had a lighter in here. Then I'm also looking around my room. Why in the world are the sweaters that she gave me gone? Gone. Keep in mind, I had wore like all of them. So they were in the dirty clothes basket because I had wore them like recently. Like I think like the week of or the week before I wore them. They were all gone. Gone. So that's how I knew that she had been in the room. So I'm like, at this point, I'm like fuming because I'm like, I bought that weed myself. So I'm like, what in the world? Like, no way this girl just really came in and took my stuff. Like, man, it was a couple other things missing. Like, it was some money missing, all of that. Like, I'm like, it's no way. She stole my gas, took back clothes that you gave me that you told me you couldn't fit, and you stole my money? Oh, yeah. It's up for you right now. Like, it's up. So I called like one of her friends that like, you know, I knew was her friends. And I'm like, yeah, because I keep trying to call her phone. Like nothing's going through. I'm like, am I blocked? Like so I call her friend. I'm like, yeah, like, have you heard from her type shit? Like you need to, yeah, like you need to call her. Like tell her I'm looking for her. Like, have you heard from her? She's like, no, I haven't heard from her. I said, well, you could probably get in contact with her before I get in contact with her. I said, but let her know I'm looking for her, because when I see her, I'm gonna beat the shit out of her. Because I'm like, it's no way you're coming in the room taking my stuff. So didn't hear nothing back from her for the rest of the night. At this point, I'm heated, like mad. My money's gone, my clothes are gone, and I can't even smoke. So I'm really mad. Fast forward. Later on that night, it's maybe like 2 o'clock in the morning, something along that. I get a text message from my phone, a long paragraph basically saying, why are you calling people telling them I stole from you? I wouldn't, like, why are you telling people I stole from you? X, Y, and Z. You're wrong as shit. You're over here telling people I stole. You're a weirdo. All this other kind of stuff. I'm like, how am I weird when I come in, my stuff is missing? She like, there's a story behind it. You don't know what happened. I'm like, all right, well, tell me what happened then. Tell me. She basically tells me that she lost her key to be able to get in the room, right? So she said that shortly after I left from work, she came back, but she lost her key to be able to get in the room. So the public safety people had to let her in the room. So she said that when they let her in the room, she said that they said it smelled like weed. So they started investigating, like, you know, looking around the room and stuff like that. So she said that she knew where the weed would be, and she knew that I would probably have weed. So she claims that she put the weed in the toilet and flushed it down the toilet so the public safety people couldn't find it. Now listen, I don't know if y'all smoke, but I smoke. Been smoking for a while. Let me tell you one thing's for certain and two things for sure. You think that I'm flushing some gas down the toilet? That's who flushes gas down the toilet when it's like 1,000 places to hide it? Like, it's not like they rummaging through all my personal belongings, my clothes, my dirty clothes. They're rummaging through all my stuff. So if that was the case, so why would I possibly believe that you just went ahead and flushed it down the toilet? Of all things, you just flushed down the toilet. 2, how does that explain my money being missing? She claims, oh, I didn't steal no money from you. I know I had money, and I also know that it's gone. Number 3, I didn't even smoke before I even went to work. So how would my room possibly smell like gas when it never smells like gas? The gas is like tightly sealed, so you wouldn't even smell it. And I didn't even smoke before I went to work. So what do you even talk about? Like, you just sounded like lies. So I basically text her back. I'm like, yeah, you're a liar. Like, you just anything type thing. Like, but when I see you, just know it's up. She like, bitch, it's like, I really be trying not to cuss on this app. But anyway, so she's like, girl, like, I'm on whatever you on, I'll come back to the dorm right now, X, Y, and Z. I'm like, yeah, let me know. We could step off campus and we can really get it up. You think that happened? Of course not. That girl literally disappeared once again. Disappeared for weeks and weeks and weeks. Mom still hit me up. Hey, have you talked to her? Have you seen her? Finally, I told her mom, I said, yeah, like, I cut all my ties with your daughter. Like, I don't have nothing to do with her. Like, to the point where, like, when my friend would come into town, my friend would sleep in her bed because that's how much she was never there. Like, she would, like, it's kind of like she wasn't even a part of the room at that point, because when my other friends would come into town, I'd be like, yeah, you can sleep right there. She's not coming back. Like, I just knew for a fact that she wasn't coming back. And I literally told her mom that. So once again, she still wasn't going to class. She still wasn't doing any of that stuff. And so, boom, one day, stay tuned for part 3.
Every right to want to fight her, but you know, violence is not the answer. The problem is that she is in a cult. She must gotta be in something, because for her to be keep going over to that man's house and then go missing all the time. What do y'all think about this video? You know what to do. Comment below. This is Life with Shauna Renee, and I'm out. Bye.